All right, so we're just gonna get straight into this topic, and man, I hope everyone's enjoying their night, having a blessed night. And I just wanted to talk about overthinking because I know a lot of people have that problem, including me. Um, and we got to really dive into what it really is because I feel like a lot of people do not take it serious, and they don't think it's an issue. They think it's a normal thing. In my opinion, I feel like overthinking it's gonna come at some point in your life, and it's really how you deal with that. You need to learn how to deal with those thoughts, those intrusive thoughts that always eat up your mind, because it happened to me. I've always had these thoughts that always plagues me. It tries to control me, right? And yeah, you could say, oh yeah, you can meditate, but meditation is only going to do you good for so long. Like, I feel like meditation is just something it's a temporary feel. You're in a temporary zone. That's how I feel like meditation is really not a thing to go for, because really all meditation does is just it gives you this temporary fulfillment, right? But it doesn't give you the everlasting effect. But I honestly feel like overthinking it should be considered a mental health issue, because a lot of people take their own lives due to overthinking, believe it or not. And there was one point in my life where I was just going through so much BS. I was going through so many problems, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know who to turn to. Like, I'll try to, the counselor route. I'll try to consult with somebody, but I don't think anybody will really understand me. And I would just always be in my mind because I wouldn't really want to take that extra step, because I feel like you could do whatever you want. You could tell people, what you're thinking and stuff, but they could either prescribe you some medicine or give you some advice. But I feel like at the end of the day, excuse me, it's really a you problem. It's always a mental problem with yourself. It's a mental battle. No one can really understand what you're really going through unless they've been through that themselves. Then okay, they can probably understand, but even then, you'll still feel that same way. So I feel like the best way to deal with overthinking is to get right with God, man. Get right with God. That's really the best case scenario at this point, because I know a lot of people, they're just not right with God. They think going to church is gonna suffice. No, you gotta really show it through your actions. Meaning, not really cussing like you used to, because I know a lot of people struggle with cursing. They use curse words a lot. Try to minimize that. Sometimes, okay, it might be necessary, but you don't have to do it all the time, because I know a lot of people that it's just in their vocabulary. A lot of people these days don't read books. A lot of the people these days, they're on social media scrolling endlessly, wondering what they're doing with their lives, wondering if it's, they're doing something that's beneficial to them, but at the end of the day, you're not doing anything beneficial. You're only hurting yourself. And I think that's also a side effect of overthinking. I feel like that's another reason, you being on social media too much. Bro, do you understand the amount of things you see on social media at one time? Like, I don't understand this whole internet stuff. Like, people don't understand how this could have a adverse effect, because I feel like some people I know, they're literally on TikTok 3 hours a day, 3 hours a day. Thinking about different things. They can't focus. They can't focus on one thing because of all those videos that they've been watching. It's like eye candy, and I feel like that's what's wrong with this generation, is that they're just exposed to too much. They're exposed to too much, and if we weren't exposed to so much, I feel like overthinking wouldn't really be an issue. And that's why it's important to like really go out in public and have conversations and look around sometimes, because things just pass you by and you don't even know that exists, you know. And to understand what's going on around you, I feel like you should stop paying attention to a screen. You should start paying attention to the real world, because the real world is going to do you more favor, right? The guy up above us is going to do you more favor in your life, instead of your friends taking a picture on social media, posting it, you liking it, you sharing it on your story, you getting tagged. I just feel like there's really no benefit to that. And even if you are posting stuff, what is it all for? What's the purpose of that? Are you trying to promote a product, or are you just trying to just post pictures and post videos? Because if you're gonna do that, you might as well just save it all to your photos. You might as well save it to your camera gallery. Upload it to your computer, so you have all those photos and videos in one file on one hard drive. That's the best way to go about it, honestly, because this epidemic of overthinking is never going to end, really. And like I said before, you just gotta get right with God, man. Get right with the people around you. Don't hold grudges. That's another thing. Always try to have love for everyone. Because once you have love for everyone, you're gonna realize that that's the best thing you could do for your life. Even though people do you wrong in the past, people did you dirty, you gotta still have love for them. Because I feel like we are humans, dude. We are all living, breathing human beings, and we go through different problems, right? But one problem that I know that almost everyone deals with is just overthinking, right? And if you were to do more good in the world, you wouldn't have to overthink. You wouldn't need to, because you know that you're pleasing God, and you're fulfilling your own life. You're having purpose. You're having reason to live. So I feel like there's no reason to overthink about anything at that point. The only reason is overthinking is, people either watch too much of the hub. That's also another reason. A lot of people need to stay off the hub, because that could really damage your mind, and could have those intrusive thoughts become louder. It has happened to me in the past. That's why I'm speaking out on this. I feel like everyone needs to hear this, bro. Whoever this goes out to, just you gotta take my advice, because I've honestly been through this, and I'm still trying to fight those intrusive thoughts, for different reasons, of course. But those are the reasons that I feel like will literally kill your overthinking. Getting right with God, fulfilling your own life, finding reasons to live, finding new hobbies, finding new goals to strive for. That's going to be perfect. Not cursing a lot. Not showing hate to anybody. That's going to do you good, man. But I just feel like in this video I'm just repeating myself. You guys almost get the point. Just try to stop overthinking. All right, I'm out.